Your body is like a walking billboard, right? Your body is telling the world a story. The question is, what kind of author are you, right? Are you telling the world that you're out of shape, you're undisciplined, you're not a man of your word, you're someone who goes back on everything he says he's going to do, you're not committed? Are you a drifter? Are you an NPC? Or are you disciplined? Are you in shape? Do you hold yourself to a higher standard? Are you a man of your word? Are you someone that can be trusted? Are you dedicated? Are you committed to things? Are you a man of purpose? Right? These are the things that your body signals to the world, right? Whether you like it or not, the world is going to judge you based off first impressions. The world is going to judge you based off first glance, right? We live in a very judgmental world. People are going to look at you on face value and they're going to try and figure you out as soon as they see you, right? Especially with women too. They'll see you, what I mean? They're going to see whether or not you're a disciplined guy. They're going to see whether, they'll determine whether or not you're attractive or not. They're going to determine whether or not they even give you a shot before you even make that approach, right? So you might as well put effort into recreating yourself, becoming the author of your own image. Become the author of your own image. Recreate yourself into a character that commands attention and never bores the audience, right? And the best way to do that is to literally hop on your fitness journey, right? If you can make that transformation from skinny to jacked or obese to jacked, it literally transforms your entire life. It changes the narrative around you. It changed my life, right? When I went from skinny to jacked, right? Like people treated me differently. When I was skinny and like not jacked, like nobody really gave me attention like that. I walk into a room, no one really pays attention to me like that. Like I was invisible. When I get jacked, everybody's complimenting me. Everybody's, asking me my workout plan. Everybody's like, oh, who's this guy? You know what I mean? People turn their heads. Little people will literally break their necks just to look at me, right? Why? Because I built a physique that commands attention, never bores the audience, right? I built a physique that now I'm able to wear a tank top outside. No shame. No shame, bro. Like that's the kind of physique that commands attention, that rewards the audience. And if you need help building a physique like that, hit the link in the description because I'm someone who's made that transformation and I definitely know a thing or two when it comes to going from skinny to jacked. So if you have that same issue going from skinny to jacked or even obese to jacked, hit that link in the description. I'm the guy for that. And we'll see if it makes sense to work together, right? Little shameless plug because I know a lot of you guys need this shit, right? And only hit that link if you're serious. I only got serious guys who actually want to change their lives, right? Subscribe button too while you're at it, and also hit that like button too. If you haven't subscribed to these videos, if you haven't subscribed and you've been watching these videos, that's crazy work. It's crazy work. Hit that subscribe button, right? But little shameless plug. Back to what I was saying though. You need to build a physique that commands attention, never bores the audience, right? When people see you, your presence needs to be known, right? You need to build a physique that inspires people, that makes people be like, damn, like, what's your workout plan? You know what I mean? Like, cause the reason why building a physique that commands attention and never bores the audience is so important. It's not just about, getting respect from other people, getting choosing signals from women, and getting all the outside validation. It's more so important for yourself because if your physique is telling the world a narrative, what do you think you're telling yourself? When you look yourself in the mirror and you see yourself, you're skinny, or maybe you have a dad bod, whatever have you, right? What kind of story does that say to yourself? What does that say to your subconscious? Subconsciously, you're going to start to see yourself as someone who's undisciplined. You're going to identify with someone who goes against their word. You're going to identify with the kind of person who, doesn't take their life seriously, right? Who kind of is kind of a drifter. If you read, Napoleon Hill, what is it? Out with the Devil, he talks about drifters, right? Drifters, they're like NPCs, people who just kind of go with the motions, go through life kind of aimlessly, without purpose, without aim, right? That's the way you're going to see yourself if you don't even respect what you see in the mirror. You're going to see yourself as someone who's like, man, I don't respect this guy. If you don't even respect the man in the mirror, how do you expect people to take you seriously? How do you take yourself seriously? No wonder you feel insecure. No wonder you have all this social anxiety because you're not even sure of yourself, right? And if you're not sure of yourself, how can other people be sure of you? How can you actually attain true confidence, right? And don't get me wrong. I think definitely there's a lot more to building confidence than just like, working out and all that stuff. But it's one of the first steps. I'm going to tell you this much. You're going to feel a lot more confident when you put on 20 pounds of muscle than when you were like, 150 pounds, skinny as hell, or if you're overweight. You're going to feel a lot more confident once you make that transformation. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right. Like fitness, getting on your fitness journey, hopping on Bodygame, getting in the best shape of your life. That is the first step to building confidence. The first step to feeling good about yourself. The first step to developing aura. People want to talk about aura farming. You want true aura? Get jacked. Get in the best shape of your life. Make that transformation. That's the easiest way to gain aura. And this is also important because, like I'm always saying, there's nothing enlightening about playing small, right? Because we only have one life, right? One life to live. And how do you want to live it? How do you want to be what kind of author of your life do you want to be? Do you want to be an author who writes a shitty story, a mediocre story of some, guy who didn't reach his full potential, who was out of shape? Maybe he was obese. Maybe he was, skinny, scrawny. He doesn't even respect himself. He's not a man of his word. He goes against he starts one thing and then jumps to another thing and, doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like doesn't stay committed to what he said he was going to do. Or are you going to write the story of a guy who was jacked? He was the Chad Tyrone. He conquered everything that was in front of him. You know what I mean? Like this guy he was him. He got the choosing signals. He went after every goal that he ever wanted. He had the confidence. He was aura farming. He was him. He was that guy, right? And I'm going to ask you, which kind of author are you going to be? What kind of story are you going to write, right? What story are you going to tell the world with your body? Right, that's really all I had to say for today. And if you need help building a physique that commands attention and never bores the audience, hit that link in the description. I'm the guy for that. And if you're serious, if you're actually a serious guy, serious guys only who actually want to change their lives, hit the link in the description. I'm the guy for that. We'll see if it makes sense to work together, right? And make sure you like this video, subscribe, send this to someone who really needs to hear it. I know a lot of you guys need to hear this shit. And remember, there's nothing enlightening about playing small. Catch you guys next video.